Hi, everybody. My name is Emily. Today, I'll be leading us through a 30-minute slow flow, feel good flow that'll focus mostly on our hips, stretching out our shoulders a bit, and just generally having an opportunity to stay grounded and release down into the mat. So we'll start today in a seated position, cross-legged seat. Maybe you place your hands on your knees and take a moment to breathe in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Two more breaths just like that, in through the nose, exhale, sigh it out. Last breath just like that, in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Sealing your lips, breathing in and out through the nose. Just feeling your breath ripple against the back of your throat. Using this opportunity to check in with yourself, notice any thoughts and feelings that might be creeping in, and just using this time to stay as present as you can in both your body and in your mind. So, with your eyes closed, we'll just start to make shoulder circles forwards, around, and back. So just warming up the upper body, hands are still on our knees. And then after taking a couple of shoulder rolls, we'll take in the other direction. So bringing in the shoulders back and then forward. So shrugging the shoulders forward. And then we'll come through center. As you inhale, reach your fingertips high overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. So left hand comes outside of your right knee. And then lengthen out of the base of your spine as you inhale. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. So gaze might come over your right shoulder. We'll inhale, come back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand coming outside of your left knee. Really twisting from the base of the spine. And then inhale, come back through center. Exhale, fold right down the middle. Maybe you lower your elbows down and then tuck your chin towards your chest. Maybe roll your neck from side to side. And then find some stillness. And then curling your fingertips back towards center. We'll just switch the crossing of the legs just to even it out. And then inhale, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, side bend to the right. So sweeping the left arm forward and down, maybe twisting the chest towards the ceiling, gaze underneath the shoulder. And then inhale back through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. So sweeping the fingertips, really creating space between your right hip and your rib cage. And then back through center as you inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers at your low back. Pull the palms away, squeeze the shoulder blades together, gaze comes high. So breathing in here and breathing out. And then slowly lowering the hands down. We'll meet in a tabletop position. And then if you'd like any blocks or any other props, feel free to grab those. Should have said that at the beginning, but maybe you grab a set of blocks that you have nearby just to have. And then In our tabletop, we'll just take a couple rounds of cat and cow. So stacking your shoulders over your wrists. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest. And then moving here along at your own pace, if this looks like swaying your hips from side to side, maybe turning your fingertips in different directions as you sway in and out of your spine, just warming up your entire body. This also might look like child's pose, slithering into an up dog, really just whatever you need here. And then we'll come with our shoulders stacked back over our wrists. And then extend the right leg behind you. We'll just sway into the hips, forwards and backwards, getting that nice calf stretch. The next time that you rock backwards into that right leg, really strengthen through the leg. Take the gaze forward or between your hands. Breathing in and out here. On your next inhale, pick the right foot up. Exhale, step the foot wide of your hands for a low lizard lunge. So setting up here, still early on in our flow, but back knee is dropped. Your right knee is over your right ankle. You're turning your toes forward. Your palms are inside of that front leg. Maybe this first time you flex your toes and press the right knee out to the side, or keep your legs hugged in. You can also, if you'd like, to take blocks and lower your forearms onto blocks or onto your mat. And we'll stay here for about 3 rounds of breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Taking one last breath here. You lower it onto your elbows, pressing up onto your palms, maybe moving your props off to the side for a moment. And then we're going to pivot to the long side of the mat. So gate your left shin and come to the long side. We'll keep the right leg extended long and then crawl the fingertips forward as you melt your chest down. So keeping the hips high and allowing your chin, your forehead, and your heart to be pressed down into the mat or the floor. One more round of breath here. Then fingertips come back under the shoulders. We'll plant the right palm to the center of your mat or the floor. Inhale, reach the left arm high. Exhale, thread the needle, lower down onto the left shoulder. So right fingertips could stay where they are. They can go forward, diagonal. Maybe they wrap around the low back. An option here as well, too, if you'd like to take your left fingertips and reach for your right shin, pulling yourself just a little bit further into this twist. One more breath here. And then slowly unwind as you inhale, left fingertips come towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower the hands down. And then we'll come up onto our knee. So inhale, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, side bend to the right. Left fingertips come down and towards the side. Maybe gaze comes under the left shoulder. So really pressing the blade edge of the inside of your foot into the mat. And then inhale back through center. Exhale, left palm plants as you sweep your right fingertips forward, and maybe that right leg comes up off the mat. Option to stay here or bend the right leg, kick the foot into the hand, press the hips forward. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly releasing the foot down. We're going to pivot now facing the opposite side of the mat. So palms come down. Your left knee is grounded. We're going to bring the shin across the mat for pigeon pose. So setting up here in your pigeon, your shin is across the mat. Your right toes are pressing down into the floor. And then maybe you fold and release, option to stay planted on your forearms, or maybe fold all the way down. We'll stay here for 5 rounds of breath. Last round of breath here. And then pressing up onto your palms. We'll tuck the right toes and meet back in a tabletop position, maybe shaking out the left hip. Taking a round or two of cat and cow. And then stacking your shoulders over your wrists as you inhale, extend the left leg behind you, rock forwards and backwards into the leg. And the next time you press back, we'll stay here. So keeping that strength in the left leg, shoulders still stacked over your wrists. You're engaging your core here. So keeping one solid line of energy from the crown of your head down towards your toes. And then inhale, pick the left foot up. Exhale, step the foot wide of your hands. Maybe you reach for your blocks, for your low lizard. So back knees dropped, left knees over your ankle, toes pointing forward. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you press the knee out, flex the toes, or maybe you lower down onto blocks or the mat. Taking one more full round of breath. And then inhale, press up onto your palms, move the blocks off to the side for a moment. And then we're going to pivot to the long side of the mat. So turning the right shin in as you pivot to the long side, left leg is out. The blade edge of the foot is pressed away from your body. As you bring your fingertips forward, melt your heart down. Then bring your fingertips back under your shoulders, plant the left palm. Inhale, reach the right arm high. Exhale, thread the needle lower down onto the right shoulder. Left hand could stay. It could go forward. It can go diagonal. It could go around the low back. Maybe your right fingertips reach for the outer part of your left leg to pull yourself into this twist a little bit deeper. Last round of breath. And then left palm plants as you inhale, reach the right arm high. Exhale, lower the hand down. And then hands come up onto our hips. Inhale, arms reach high towards the ceiling. Exhale, side bend to the left. Reach the right fingertips forward and down. Gaze comes over or under the right shoulder. And then really press the left leg into the mat. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, lower the right hand down, stack the shoulders, press the left foot away. Maybe you stay or bend the leg, reach for the ankle or foot, and then press the hips forward. Taking one more round of breath here. And then slowly release the foot down. We'll pivot back towards the original front of the mat. Turn the right shin in and then land in pigeon pose. So bringing the leg across the mat, untucking your back toes, setting yourself up as you inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold and release. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths. And then inhale, lift up onto your palms. Come back through center. We'll tuck the back toes, meet back in a tabletop position. Make circles with the right leg. Just realign your hips. And then we'll keep the hips stacked over the knees, crawl the fingertips as far forward as possible, and then melt your heart down, puppy pose, so hips are high, chest, forehead, and heart are down towards the mat. And then really press your arms down to the floor, stretch out the shoulders. And then slither onto your stomach. We'll meet in Sphinx pose. So your forearms are pressed into the mat. You're pulling your fingertips back. You're stacking your shoulders over your forearms and then keeping the gaze neutral. Maybe you drop your ears down towards each shoulder. Maybe make circles with your neck in either direction. And then let's spend some time tucking the chin towards the chest, stretching out the back of the neck. And then lifting the gaze, we'll turn our right forearm. So just in case you can't see, turn the right forearm across the mat, press up onto that arm, open the shoulder, bend the left leg, reach for the foot as you press the heel down towards your left hip. So breathing here. And then slowly release the foot. We'll just switch out the arms. So left forearm comes across the mat. Reach for the inside of your right foot. And then turn the palm down as you bring the sole of your right foot towards the right hip. Gaze comes outside of your right shoulder. So thinking here about actively pressing your elbow, you're not dumping into the shoulder, you're lifting out of the shoulder. Staying here for one more round of breath. And then slowly release. Create a pillow with your arms, and then we'll bend the knees, sway the legs from side to side. And then extend the legs long. We'll bring the arms out to a T. We're going to keep the left arm extended wide, palm facing down. Bring the left palm in close to your chest. And then roll onto your side for a belly down shoulder stretch. As you can see, my left hand is kind of creating a shelf here. My left leg is a kickstand behind my right. And you could stay here, or maybe you wrap your left hand around your low back if that feels good. You can also reach for the ankle of the left leg for a quad stretch. And then closing your eyes. One more breath here. And then slowly unwinding, we'll come back onto our stomach. And before taking this to the other side, we'll keep the right cheek down and then bring the left knee really close to the body. So knee is in line with the hip, flexed toes, and then press the inner thigh into the mat. So actively pressing your energy downwards, feeling the stretch to the hip. 2 more rounds of breath here. And then extending the leg long. Now your left arm will come out to the side, palm facing down, keeping that in line with the shoulder. Right palm comes close to the chest. And then pick the right leg up and around as you roll onto your left shoulder for a belly down shoulder stretch. So right foot stamped behind. Right hand could stay supporting, pressed by the chest, or maybe it wraps around the low back or reaches for the right ankle for a quad stretch. Last round of breath here. And then slowly roll back onto your stomach. Left palm comes close. And then bring the right knee close into the chest, flexing the toes, maybe creating a pillow as you actively press the right inner thigh down into the mat. One more breath. Then extend the leg long, palms frame out the chest, tuck the toes, lift the hips. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. So pedaling out the feet, swaying the ankles from side to side. And then bend the left knee, press the right foot down, get a nice calf stretch here. And then cross the left foot behind the right, send both hips high towards the right corner of your mat. And then come back through center. Keep the left leg straight, bend the right knee, send the left hip. And then cross the right ankle behind the left as you send the hips to the left corner of the mat. And cross the legs. We'll do that one more time. So bend the left knee, press the right foot back, and then cross the left ankle over the right, behind the right, press the hips back. We're going to keep the crossing of the legs, but just shift your feet to the center line of your mat. Roll forward, drop the knees. So your right knee is stacked on top of your left. And then press the hips back and sink low. So squeezing your legs together. And then we'll roll into a tabletop with our legs crossed. So my right knee is stacked on top of my left. Gaze as long as you inhale. We're going to do some hip mobility here. So exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend the leg behind you. So we'll do that a couple of times, wrapping the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, wrap your leg around. Exhale through center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, wrap your leg around. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, wrap your leg around. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend the leg back. We'll lower down and then meet back in a downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths here. Now bend your right knee, send your left hip high, stretch out the calf. And then you cross the right ankle behind the left, hips go high. Center your feet, we'll keep the crossing of the legs. Roll forward, lower down onto your knees. Now your left knee is stacked on top of the right. So we'll send the hips back, reaching the fingertips forward. And then we'll roll back to center and do the hip mobility. So stay here as you inhale, gaze long. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend the leg behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, wrap your leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, wrap the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Last time. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, wrap your leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Lower the toes down. Meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. And slowly walk your way, trying to keep your palms as flat as possible on their mat. We'll meet in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Arms sweep high overhead as you inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers at your low back. Pull the palms away, lift the chest. Widen your stance a bit, and then send your hips down, folding with the shoulder ends. Slight micro bend in the knees, send the hips back, and then slowly release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, widen the toes, heels turned in, malasana. So sinking low into your hips, we want to make sure the heels are fully grounded. You can reach for a block and place the block under your hips if you'd like to bring the ground up. So that's another option as well too. Wherever you are thinking about pressing your elbows into your knees and lifting the gaze. We'll be here for 3 rounds of breath. And then we'll reach our hands down and sit all the way down. So bringing the soles of your feet together, knees knocked wide. Option to reach for your blocks if you'd like to place your blocks under your knees. Reach your fingertips around your toes. And then inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold and release. One more round of breath. And then lift up as you inhale. We'll extend our legs long on the mat, sliding the hips back. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, maybe reach for big toes with the first 2 fingers. Reach somewhere for your feet. Another option could be placing a block behind your feet and pointing and flexing your toes into the block. Getting a nice stretch here. And staying for 2 rounds of breath. And then coming up to center, bring your fingertips back. We'll keep the left leg extended, cross the right leg over the left, bring the sole of the left foot in close. Right hand comes behind you as you inhale, reach the left fingertips high. Exhale, hook the elbow, twist open to the right. One more round of breath here. And then inhale, come back through center. Exhale, counter whip twist to the left. Inhale, back through center. Slide your right knee over the left. And then reach your right arm in front, left arm on top. Bend the elbows for eagle arms. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, press down, squeeze your shoulder blades or spread your shoulder blades away from your back and press the hips down. One more breath here. And then arms come high overhead. Slowly unwind. We'll reach for our fingertips behind our low back. Pull the palms away. Lift the shoulders. And then release the hands by your side. Extend your legs long once again. And this time we'll cross the left leg over the right. Bring the sole of the right foot in. Left palm comes behind you as you inhale, reach the right arm high. Exhale, hook the elbow, twist open to the left. Last breath here. And then inhale, come back through center. Exhale, counter twist to the right. We'll come back through center and then slide the left knee on top of the right. So this could look different in everyone's body. You want to make sure your toes are flexed. And then we'll bring the left arm in front, right arm on top, bend the elbows, eagle arms, and help lift the gaze, spread the shoulder blades apart, press actively. Exhale, fold, bringing your elbows to your knees as you press your hips down. Last round of breath here. And then inhale, lift the arms, slowly unwind. We'll extend the legs long. And then we'll bring one of our blocks with us towards the back of the mat. And then slowly lay all the way down onto our backs. We'll take two more stretches and then end with a back bend. So plant the feet together, knees over ankles. Cross the right ankle over the left. Maybe you stay here, press the knee away, or interlace your fingers, lifting the leg up off of the mat. Figure four stretch. And then slowly release the leg down. From here, we'll keep the crossing of the legs, slide the right knee over the left, drop the knees to the left for supine twist. So gaze comes over the right shoulder. Closing your eyes. And we'll come back to center. Just switch the crossing of your legs. So crossing the left leg over the right. Maybe you stay here, press the knee away, or interlace your fingers behind your right kneecap as you actively press your left shin away from the body. Feeling the stretch through the left hip. And keep the shape. Release the hands. Your right foot comes down onto the mat. Slide the left knee over the right, drop the knees to the side. First supine twist, taking your left arm wide, gaze comes over the shoulder. And breathing here. And then slowly coming back to center, plant both feet, knees over ankles, reaching for your block. We'll slide the block underneath at either the medium or low height underneath your hips for a supported bridge pose. So releasing your low back into the block. Your feet could be under your knees if you'd like, or you can also widen your feet, knock your knees in. Or if you'd like to extend your legs long on the mat as well, that could be good for the low back. Maybe massage your back into the block. If you extended your legs long, bringing your feet back under your knees, lowering the block down to the lowest height if it's not there, and then reaching your legs high towards the ceiling for an inversion. So maybe finding movement with your ankles or toes. Option to place your hands by your side. Find stillness if you'd like. Maybe closing your eyes here. And then slowly lowering your feet down onto the mat, lifting the hips, sliding the block out from underneath, and taking any final movements of your practice today that feels good in your body. So if you'd like to take happy baby or maybe hug your knees in close to your chest, that's another option. Just taking the next couple moments for yourself. And then whenever you're ready, start to extend your legs long on your mat, just making yourself as comfortable as possible for your final pose of rest. Maybe pausing this video to release into your shavasana. But thanks so much for spending whatever time of day it is practicing your yoga and just spending this time for yourself. Yeah, my name's Emily, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are. Namaste.